Right, so I'm answering a question on Quora. The question is, how do I become the best direct response, the top direct response copywriter in the world? Well, I answered this earlier, but the video got truncated, so I'm going to talk to you about how to do this. There is so many ways to go about this. A lot of people think that you have to study copy and you have to study the greats like Eugene Schwartz, Gary Halbert, Gary Benzavinga, John Carlton, all these names in copywriting. When in reality, what you need to do if you want to be one of the top direct response copywriters is to do the work. And that means write a lot of copy. Sure, studying copy will help, but really the answer is the thing about being a good copywriter, especially being a top copywriter, has very little to do with, I guess studying copy does help, it's helped me, but the most of it actually comes from the market. So it's actually studying and knowing your market. Sometimes the best copywriters, I think, in my opinion, tend to be the people that have lots of life experience and lots of one-on-one sales experience. Just right now I'm thinking about like some of the top salespeople that I've learned from, like on the internet or on video, is like or even books and cassette tapes from a long time ago, was like Tom Hopkins, most recently Grant Cardone, and these guys are not considered copywriters, but they are salespeople, and that's exactly what copywriting is. It's learning how to sell through print. That means knowing your market. There's a little bit small difference between copywriters and salespeople, but the idea is being able to essentially plan out or know what your market wants and then being able to deliver that through words, right? And it's using, like for example, something recently that happened, and I guess this comes from studying as well, is this understanding people's desires. Like a story here, like I'm renting a house, and I have a house that I own that we're renting out, and my aunt told me that it's a bad idea to rent, and I initially felt defensive because I don't really think owning a house is. I think owning a house is overrated, and some people think that's disagreeable. But that's not the point. The point is, when I asked her why, she said because people will respect you. You know, it's yours, and it's sort of interesting when you hear that, because what that means is there's a lot of status and respect that people feel they get when they own a house. That's why people buy a house. Of course, to feel good, to have nice things. But my point is why am I saying this even about copywriting? Well, you're looking for the answer in the market. You know, the answer is in the market. So that's why so being the best top copywriter, there is no such, you can, like, for example, try to sell vacuum cleaners, and you could try to sell coffee shops or something like franchises, but you really have to know your market, because it's not really about fancy words. It's about knowing what your market wants and really trying to tap into the things that they say. And the only way you can do this is if you actually write for that market. And a lot of the time when you're new, you don't have traffic sources or the resources to even be exposed to those things. So you have to put yourself in a situation like go work for Agora. Joe Schriefer at Agora Financial, a subsidiary of Agora, has a copy bootcamp program, and you can move down to Baltimore and learn there. That would probably be one of the first things I would do if that was my goal. So that would be something I would suggest. Freelance work works great, but you really have to work with people that on a regular basis. And if possible, if you want to get good, you work with people live. You get on the phone with people. So anyways, my point is write copy for your market. Write copy for your market. Test your copy against the market. Usually people that are trying to become good don't have those resources, so you need to go work for somebody else or partner with people. But if you partner with people, that's good, but the problem is it's still not enough. It's not enough data. It's not enough exposure. You need to expose yourself to these things so that you can become good. Hope that helps.